Once again, day 1352 of this Trump administration. 32 days remain until our presidential election. And what we're witnessing and covering tonight can fairly be called the biggest measurable threat to the health of an American president since the shooting of Ronald Reagan. President of the United States, 74 years old, sick with the coronavirus, was brought to the hospital by helicopter this evening. Tonight, he is at Walter Reed Medical Center. The First Lady, also sick, though with symptoms less severe, remains back at the White House. They are now among the 7.3 million Americans known to be infected. It was indeed a dramatic moment late today. The helicopter poised on the South Lawn. The wait for Trump, who finally came out under his own power. He recorded an 18-second video prior to departure and promptly posted it on social media.
I want to thank everybody for the tremendous support. I'm going to Walter Reed Hospital. I think I'm doing very well, but we're going to make sure that things work out. The First Lady is doing very well. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will never forget it. Thank you.
Late this afternoon, the White House physician released what we have to emphasize is woefully incomplete information about the president's treatment and condition, saying in a statement that he received a, quote, single 8-gram dose of Regeneron's polyclonal antibody cocktail, as well as zinc, vitamin D, famotidine, melatonin, and aspirin. White House says there won't be a transfer of power to Mike Pence, who thankfully has tested negative. Earlier today, administration officials sought to portray Mr. Trump's symptoms as less than serious.
He continues to be not only in good spirits, but very energetic. We've talked a number of times this morning. He is certainly wanting to make sure that we stay engaged.
He's hard at work despite the mild symptoms.
The president will abide by whatever guidelines the doctors tell him. I am told he's a rather light case right now.
And now the president's in the hospital. Tonight, the New York Times reports that people close to Trump say that he's had, quote, a fever, congestion, and a cough. However, we should point out other media reports tonight are more alarming. They speak of a more rapidly deteriorating condition. We learned about Trump's diagnosis after it was revealed that one of his closest aides, Hope Hicks, had indeed tested positive for coronavirus. She traveled notably with Trump to the debate in Cleveland on Tuesday, then to his rally in Duluth, Minnesota on Wednesday. White House officials learned about her diagnosis, they say, Thursday morning. But later that day, Trump still went on to a fundraiser in New Jersey, a move that has triggered questions about his decision to expose himself to others.
In terms of Hope Hicks, we discovered that right as the Marine One was taking off yesterday. We actually pulled some of the people that had been traveling and in close contact. The reason why it was reported out, and just frankly, is that we had already started the contact tracing just prior to that event. As you know, last night, even in the early hours of this morning, the minute we got a confirmatory test on the president, we felt like it was important to get the news out there at that time.
There are also questions being raised about whether Trump was infected while he was at this week's debate. So far, Joe Biden says he's tested negative. And this comes as there is new scrutiny of that White House Rose Garden event to introduce Trump's Supreme Court nominee, federal Judge Amy Coney Barrett. Aside from the president and first lady, Republican Senators Mike Lee and Thom Tillis, as well as the president of Notre Dame University, Father John Jenkins, have all tested positive. Tonight, former Trump senior counselor Kellyanne Conway says she's also tested positive. She adds she has a mild cough and has started the quarantine process.